a few things that you need to get done today. All right, so the first thing that we are going to do is look at this module. You have 4 different things that are linked here today, and each one is equally important. So we're going to go to first. And this is going to lead you to your steps for today. So here's kind of our plan. You need to first see which book club you're in. Second, you need to download your book from self-service. And then third, you're going to watch our mini lesson video before reading your own book and doing your own work for this thinking. Our goal for today is to build your historical background around the era, the time, the place that your book is taking place in. So the setting of your own book. All right, so first you're going to click on this link to see which book club you are in. So that's going to pop up a page that looks like this. So which book club am I in? You're going to find your name. You're going to see who's in your book club with you and see which book you're in. So let's say I am Miss Lori J. And Miss Lori J is reading the book The Boy in the Striped Pajamas. And her group is Alan, Braden, and Kaylin. Okay, so I'm good. I'm Lori J. I've got my book. So the next thing I'm going to do is I am going to go here, and it says second, watch this video to help you download your book. You may have to click on Launch External Tool. So what this is going to do is it's going to walk you through how to go to self-service, how to search for your book, how to download your book, and then finally where to find your book. It's going to show up in a little orange app that says books, and that's where your book is going to land. So that's where you're going to be pulling it from. All right, so then we are finally going to get started with the building historical fiction. So that's what I get to model for you right now. Here we go. So our goal for today is to generate thinking and questions around the topic of chosen book club text. So you guys have gotten to choose your text, and this is the work that we're going to be doing today. We're going to be using a strategy called I see, I think, I wonder. So see, think, wonder. What do you see? What do you think is going on? And what makes you wonder that? All right, so our teacher mentor text for this unit is called Patrol. So Patrol is a book that's transporting readers to a land ravaged by bombs, gunfire, and the tragedy that is war. Patrol focuses on a young American soldier in Vietnam. As he waits for the enemy, his heart pounds, he trembles, and he fights back tears. This is a pretty interesting book, as Walter Dean Myers, a man that I know for writing Bad Boy, a memoir about his life, he relives this moment as he's an American soldier in Vietnam, and it's very interesting. So the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to be looking at where does the story take place. So on each of the slides that are for your book of your choice, I have a map for you and some images for you to kind of examine. So I want you to zoom in on these. I want you to really look at them, really evaluate who's in them, what's going on, what emotions am I seeing. Go beyond the fact that these are historical things. Okay, so they're all historical because we're reading historical fiction. So what about that? So go deeper, please, so that you get more out of this. All right, so if I look at my map, I can see North Vietnam, Laos, Thailand, Cambodia, South Vietnam. So it looks like the Vietnam War took place in Vietnam and Asia, which is clear on the other side of the world for us. Then I'm looking at these photos and, men are having to help each other through an area where it looks like a jungle maybe. People are waving their hands up. Perhaps helicopters are coming in to get them out of the war zone. A man is lying down here on the ground, with his arm over his stomach, and he does not look very comfortable. But then I know that it was saying something about American soldiers, but then here's a picture of a woman and her children. That child doesn't look like he's well at all. He could be hurt. He could be dead. So the civilians, maybe even having this, how the civilians have been affected by the Vietnam War. So looking at these, examining, I'm generating some thinking as I'm looking at them. So here's the work that you're going to be doing today. So I see soldiers, I see war, I see people dying. What do I think? I think civilians are suffering because of the war. And that's from that picture of that mother with her children. And then I think the soldier may not survive the war. I mean, we saw the picture of the man laying on the ground holding onto his stomach. So these soldiers may not survive the Vietnam War. And then it makes me wonder, why is this soldier at war? Also, what caused the war? And finally, who was the soldier even fighting for? So the expectation here is that you have at least 3 things that you see, at least 2 things that you think, and at least 2 things that you wonder. All right, so readers, here's your work. You are then going to go and you're going to find the slides that have your book up here in the corner. So you see mine says patrol right here. And then on my page before this, it also has patrol. So what you're going to do is you're going to scroll through, and if you're reading refugee, your book is right here. So these are the images that you're going to examine. This is your chart. There's your matching book. And then we have the boy in the striped pajamas. So again, pretend I'm Lori. This is my book. So these are the images that I'm going to be examining. And this is the chart that I'm going to be completing. Remember, 3 see, 2 think, 2 wonder. And then here is Bud Not Buddy. You have your photos, your maps to examine. And then you have your see, think, wonder chart. Remember, 3 see, 2 think, 2 wonder. Then we have number the stars, photos, maps, and then see, think, wonder. 3 see, 2 think, 2 wonder. Then we finally have the Watsons Go to Birmingham. And then we have our chart for see, think, wonder. Same thing. So these are the things that you're going to be submitting today. Once you are done with this work, you are going to submit this PDF as your assignment because we want to see your thinking. And then finally, you're going to go to what pages do I read today? So you're going to follow this chart and it's going to walk you through the pages that you read today. So if I am reading Bud Not Buddy, I'm going to go December 14th, which is Monday, and I know I need to read chapters 1 and 2 today. Okay? If today is Tuesday, you're going to be looking at December 15th, chapters 3, 4, and 5. We have your books here. We have the chapters that you will be reading. So remember, it is always better to set apart time, set it aside, set a timer, chunk it out, rather than trying to catch up later because then you're going to feel overwhelmed. All right. So readers, make sure that you follow our little checklist here and that you do the things on our plan for day 1. So today's slides, and downloading your book, find out which book club you're in, and then think about the historical background your books are offering. All right, happy reading today.